And welcome to the next exciting episode of
Arena War.
Fresh batch of institutionalized gladiators fighting for their freedom.
Ready, here we go.
You guys heard Perez?
Yes, smell that.
Get back!
Those on the line. The parole board has offered you a ticket out. Win Arena Wars, win your freedom. 7 arenas with 7 of the most vicious killers the world has seen in the last decade. You make it out alive, you get to go home.
Luke Bender.
You're an innocent man.
Innocent man can mean big ratings.
I'll be watching.
I think it's time to audition Mr. Bender.
No!
What was your last physical?
Cell block shower this morning. Oh, yeah.
You ready for this? Hoorah. Impressive showing out there tonight. You're the new fan favorite.
Are you with me? Cutie pie back for the kill.
If you want to live through this, we have to work together.
I'm watching you.
Smile for the camera, thug life.
Wow!
It's go time!
We have to finish this.
Come on!
Doesn't sound much like rehabilitation, does it?
All right, everybody. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Podcast of Traveling Actors. My name is Brandon Wall, and this is...
I'm Deaton Gabbard.
Well,
Welcome.
We have an amazing host today. We are very honored to have the one and only John Wells. Thank you, John, for coming in with us today. We appreciate you coming out.
Here. Thank you.
Yeah, of course, man. So let's just jump right into it, man. How did you get started into acting?
How did I get started? Well, it was always an interest. You know, even as a kid, I was just super into movies. You know, I was a mega nerd. So movies, comic books, any type of escapism, I was just so immersed in. I wasn't a kid that played outside a lot. I was always in my bedroom, just wrapped up in that stuff. Yeah. So I was always acting in a sense, and then I just kind of never grew out of it, I guess. Awesome. As far as professionally, I did the band thing for a long time in high school, and then coming out of that. But I was approached, funny enough, I was approached at the locker room in a gym. This guy came up behind me and asked this creepy question, "Hey man, you ever thought about being in movies?" Which is a really weird thing to hear in the locker room of the gym.
Was this Harvey Weinstein? Who was this?
But it ended up he was a producer on an indie film, and I came in for a screen test, and they had the green screens up and all the cameras, and I was swinging a sword and all this crazy stuff, and I fell in love. It's growing up in Kentucky, especially during that time. Then there wasn't as much. The internet wasn't as much a thing.
Yeah.
I'm that old, so so the idea of pursuing acting, living in Kentucky, it was like the same as like pursuing being an astronaut. It was so out there.
Yeah.
So I just never really jumped into it. It was always more of kind of an interest in a hobby. But then once I kind of found myself in this circle of indie filmmakers within the region, I just dove in head first, and it just kind of swallowed my life.
So did you have like any theater background or anything before that? Or?
I studied Shakespeare.
Studied
Shakespeare, but didn't perform Shakespeare.
Did you go to school for acting or do any training or anything like that?
No, not starting out. Obviously, since I workshop like crazy, I take every class that I can. I study as much as I can. I practice as much as I can.
Yeah.
I try to be a slave and student to the craft at all times.
Yeah.
Awesome, man.
Which is good. I think it was Denzel or somebody that said that no matter how much you master, you always have to take classes. Always.
Yeah.
I mean, just to stay grounded and to make sure that you are honing up on your craft, which is really cool to hear from somebody like that, because you would think at that level you're like,
I think all the greats do. And you have to. It keeps it fresh. It keeps it from getting stale.
Yeah.
It opens you up to new ideas, and I think for me, it kind of. When you do it professionally and you go from show to show to show, you can become very jaded, and it becomes work.
Yeah,
and
that's true.
When you go and you do workshops and you have fun with other actors and you talk about the craft, you have full blown conversations about methodology and psychology, and it can rekindle that spark and that excitement for what we do.
Yeah.
So I think it's paramount to just stay a student all the time.
So you said that you did the whole band thing before. Was that before you started acting? Or?
Yeah.
So did that have any impact on you acting, being in a band and like stage performing?
I think so, because I mean, in a sense, when you're on stage performing, you have to be in character.
Yeah.
I'm a super, like I said, I was the kid that was always in my bedroom, wrapped up in my own stuff. So I'm actually kind of a really weird introvert.
Yeah.
And I'm super like interviews like this. I'm ultra awkward and completely uncomfortable.
Oh no, you're fine.
If you put me in a situation like that where I can kind of pretend to be something that I'm not, and I can fake my confidence.
Yeah.
It becomes this whole kind of out of body experience. So there was facets of that. In the musical stuff. But
so do you still do like musical or anything music wise now?
I don't. I mean, I still play some guitar around the house,
Okay.
just just messing around. But I don't, not professionally at all. No.
And your, forgive me if I'm wrong, wife?
No.
Significant other?
A fiance.
Fiance?
Yes.
She's also an actress.
Yes.
So what's that like, having both of you?
That is very
I'm
interesting.
very curious about that dynamic.
Because I've never been in
Yeah.
a relationship
Like-
where they did anything similar to what I do.
Yeah.
So that's it. Yeah, it'd be interesting.
It's great because we both understand it so well.
Yeah, I bet.
And her input is often very valuable when I'm trying to think about what gigs I want to take, and I might get excited about something, and she'll kind of keep me grounded and remind me of,
She put you in her place.
Yeah. And she's cynical as hell, so it really. She's awesome and supportive. So I'm grateful for
So
that.
do you all usually read for each other?
I was going to ask that too.
Yeah. She doesn't act so much these days. She's kind of put that on the back burner for the last few years. She's I think playing with the idea of writing a little, but yeah, she'll help out with auditions. She'll read against me, give me feedback on stuff, which is usually like the strictest, harshest feedback.
Which is the best,
But you need to.
It is.
It is. Yeah. Probably. Yeah. Well, like I know. Like I listen to all kinds of podcasts, and different actors, like if they are in a relationship with another actor, they usually will. You kind of answered this already, but they usually will kind of take turns on taking projects. Were you ever in that kind of situation where you guys were like, okay, maybe this year's your year, this year's my year, you have to watch the kids kind of thing? Was it ever like that?
No, not so much. Not so much. Yeah, I think by the time we got together, she was kind of starting to phase out while my career was kind of starting to ramp up. So it just kind of facilitated itself, I think.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
That's interesting.
So is there anything that you're working on like right now as far as like any big auditions you got coming up, or you got any film projects that you're doing? Or
yeah, well, I'm always busy.
I always see you post stuff. You're always what you were in a different country at one point filming something.
We did a movie in Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico,
Nice.
US
it was a
airport.
lot of fun. Yeah, it was Bermuda Island. It was a kind of a wacky B movie monster
That's awesome,
romp.
though.
It was a lot of fun. Yeah. It's beautiful.
Were you in Myth of Man at all? Did you do that?
I'm sorry?
Myth of Man?
Myth of Man?
No, I don't know
For some
that.
reason, I feel like I've seen that you were attached to that. I don't know why, but I feel like I know Dale is. I just for some reason thought you were too.
Yeah, no, we have Arena Wars is dropping
that's what I was
this
thinking.
summer.
Right. Yeah, that looks really good.
I'm so excited.
Yeah,
for that.
really excited about that. It's a really fun sci-fi action kind of. It's almost kind of like an '80s satire.
Yeah.
Kind of like in the vein of like RoboCop and The Running Man.
that's
It's
awesome.
that kind of genre,
love that.
but super fun. That's dropping. I've got a horror movie. The Bag of Lies is.
Bag of Lies,
I
okay.
think it's dropping. I think it's being released late spring, early summer. I don't know the details on that yet. Hopefully, I think we're supposed to find out about that soon. But
That's cool.
that's coming out. I'm currently working on a. It's a vampire horror action thing. I know it's such a weird.
Is that Wits?
Such a weird. No,
Okay.
this is.
Sounds like something Wit would do.
This is with director Scott Hansen down in
okay.
Atlanta.
Yeah, Thunderdome.
Yes, Digital Thunderdome Studios. Great guys. They do fantastic work. The movie's called Virginia Bitches, which is about.
I've actually seen that.
Okay, yeah. It's about a band of a female, all female heavy metal band who also happen to be vampires, and then they find themselves kind of trapped in a small town filled with a cannibalistic cult led by a warlock.
That's cool.
Yeah, and then I'm kind of this action guy that kind of comes in and kills like everybody. So it's
like your Punisher, right?
Super off the rails. I mean, it's completely bonkers, but it's rad and a ton of fun. I know it sounds really ridiculous, but it's super
like someone
cool.
watching Heartbeat, man.
So speaking of that, going into a role like that, how do you prepare for something like that? For something so off the wall?
Well, this thing, my character is my role in it is very action heavy. So it's I'm trying to keep in shape while I'm and scheduling for this has been really difficult because a lot of the stars in it are famous metal musicians, so having to accommodate for their touring schedule, everything. So it's a lot of off on. So I'm just kind of trying to maintain some form of level of fitness.
Well, talking about your fitness too, because you're like obviously you've probably seen on my Facebook, I started to do like a fitness journey. You were one of the people that inspired me to do that.
Oh man,
so
thank you
like,
for that.
have you always been that way? Have you always just been in shape, or was that something that you kind of like with me?
Brother, no.
I used to be happy.
No, no, I was again going back to my youth. I was this weird, uncomfortable, nerdy introvert. And I when I graduated high school, I was 100 pounds overweight. I didn't step foot in a gym until I was 22 years old.
All right, Henry Cavill, I see you.
So I lost 100 pounds. Then I started working out. I mean, I got down to like a really like rail skinny 150.
Wow.
And then started doing the weights thing, and now I'm old.
So like,
just
was
trying
that
to
a
maintain
calculated
something.
thing? Was it more like a health thing? Like,
It started off as just I was super unhappy with who I was. I mean, I was just genuinely depressed and hated what I saw when I looked in the mirror. So it just became just a violent act against myself of just reformation.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of an extremist. Like if I do something, I just go all in. That's anything I do. That's why I have never dabbled in drugs or alcohol in my life. Because I'm all in or I'm not in. If I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it with my whole heart. And so I took it on, and it became an obsession, and then it kind of formed into a passion, and then it eventually just kind of became lifestyle.
Yeah.
So
That's awesome.
That is awesome.
So like, is Arena Wars your most action heavy role so far, or?
yeah, that was Arena Wars was super action heavy. I mean, it's the majority of screen time is probably fight scenes, and I mean, we were doing fight scenes every day. I mean, we'd go in, we'd choreograph, we'd shoot the action for I don't know how many hours, and as soon as we'd wrap that, we'd go into choreography that night for the fight scenes the next day, and so it was super, super physical. That one was rough. I did a boxing movie.
I forgot about that one.
Yeah, it's called The Tasmanian Devil, and this was in like the heat of COVID. Yeah, it was one of the few features I did during COVID, and I had the COVID bod, from not being able to go to the gym like at all, and that was also the year that I turned 40. So I just had like this cloud in my head of getting older, and am I going to be able to keep doing this? And is this the end of me hitting 40? And I got the phone call, offering me the role, and he's the bad guy in the movie, so he's the champ.
Yeah.
The underdogs
really
the underdogs got to fit.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm I can't go in and not look like a champion, and I just beat myself stupid for a little over 3 months, and went in, and I feel pretty good about it. But the fight scenes were tough, and they were long, and I think we shot 12 hours one day of just straight boxing. And
that's exhausting.
It's brutal.
Yeah.
Just so physically exhausting.
What's your diet like? Just curious.
I do the fasting thing, the intermittent fasting. So pretty much I wake up in the morning, very early in the morning. I usually wake up around 4:30, hit the gym at like 5. Work out from like 5 to 6, and then immediately get in the majority of my day's calories. I kind of get all my day's calories within 1 to 4 hours.
4 hours?
Yeah.
Wow.
So then I'll fast for about 20 to 23 hours the next day.
It's crazy.
Yeah, like I told you in the message, you're stronger than me, man.
Well, I mean, it becomes what you do. It's just like anything else. Adapting to it. Takes a couple days. It's like forming a new sleep schedule. Just once you get into the rhythm of it, it's pretty easy.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
So going back to acting and stuff, and you starting and whatnot, what has been your biggest challenge that you feel that you faced acting? Whether it's preparing for a role or whether it's nerves on set, like what has been your biggest thing that you've overcome with acting?
That's tough, man. I mean, the whole pursuit is so tough, and it can be so self-defeating if you let it be, and it's so easily to get discouraged just from you go for you want a gig, you get excited about a gig, and then either you don't land it or it falls through, which happens so often. You get excited about something, and especially in the indie world, 4 out of 5 things you tie yourself to never get off the ground. Yeah. Or you work really hard on something, you put your heart and soul into something, and then balls get dropped in post-production, and it comes out, and it's just not what you had hoped it would be. And I think it's really just. I think the toughest part of it is just that kind of psychological warfare that happens within oneself to kind of persevere and keep a good attitude about it and enjoy it. And for me, it took a long time, but it ultimately was just loving the craft and understanding that all of those exterior circumstances really have nothing to do with my work.
Out of your control.
Yeah, it's not my work. My work is. I contribute to the role at hand. I have this one character. I will put my all into this one role, and that's the only thing. I can't control the other actors. I can't control the direction. I can't control the cinematography, the editing, the musical score. None of those things have anything to do with me. But if I do a good job in this one little piece, then I can feel good about that.
Oh, yeah.
And all the exterior circumstances, whether it's a huge movie or a tiny little short film done for pocket change, none of those have anything to do with the work of the actor. The work of the actor is all cerebral. It's all up here. Yeah. And as long as I can enjoy doing this and have fun with the process and explore this kind of human experience, I'm content. And it took me a while to kind of figure that out. And now that I think I'm there, I think I'm over the biggest hurdle of the career.
And I think that it kind of just telling that is whenever I was talking, I think in another podcast or whatever, when I booked Chicago PD, I've been doing this for 15 years. I finally booked Chicago PD, and it felt like everything that I've ever worked for, all the auditions I've ever done, every no that I've gotten, every yes that I've gotten, like I feel like it all met to that one point. So everything I hated, like I was like, oh, this sucks. I'm not getting picked for this, or I'm doing this audition. I think it's amazing, but I didn't get picked for the role. Then when you land that one big role, you're like, well, this is what everything was for. Yeah. This is why I did all that stuff for this one reason, and it makes it all feel worth it once you do start booking those roles.
And I also don't know if it's the same way for you guys, but for me, it was like being able to realize what you were talking about. Like those things are completely out of your control. Yeah. It was a relief. Especially coming from like a producing standpoint and directing standpoint, like once you realize that all I can do is for auditions, for example, is take this script, create the character, give it my all, and then go to the next one. Because I mean, I feel like that made my audition stronger. You take away the anxiety.
Exactly. And that's I don't and I know this sounds it's so humble to say I don't care about red carpets and all this stuff, but genuinely, what I get out of this is being on the day, being on set. And doing the work of the actor. Yeah. That to me is genuinely the reward. Yeah. And as long as I can keep doing that, and everything else is incidental. And I've been incredibly fortunate, in the work that I have found myself in and the opportunities that have been laid in front of me. I mean, just this last year, I got to play a lead, and I always wanted to do a pirate movie. That was like a big dream. And I got to play a lead in a pirate movie. That's awesome. And just how much fun was that to just be that? Yeah. And I'm on a pirate ship, and I'm in a it's so stupid, the fun stuff that I've been able to do.
And it's cool too. And you get to, I tell people this all the time, like you truly don't know how it feels to be an actor unless you're an actor. Yeah. Because it's so rewarding. It's so like not even seeing yourself on screen, but like you said, doing the work and actually building this character up and seeing your
immersing
work
yourself in the world.
Yeah, exactly. It's a whole different thing. And unless you do it, you'll never understand how good that feeling feels.
Yeah, yeah. And I mean, and like you said, like the seeing yourself on screen, I think a lot of people get excited about that, but it's kind of stale. When you see it, it feels like, well, this is just like a a glimpse of what I experienced doing it. You know,
Yeah,
it's
like
always
you see it on screen, but you don't actually get the behind the scenes how it
Right.
got to that point.
All the work that you put in before
that
all the
magic that
breaking
happens
down.
in the moment when all the emotions are going and the endorphins, and you feel it, and you're just living this fabricated scenario, and you're so immersed, and chemicals are running in your body, and it's just this incredible high.
Yeah.
You can't explain that to someone until they've really experienced it, and then you see it on the screen, and you're like, well, that's what it looked like, you know, from over there. You know, but where I was, it was awesome. You know.
And speaking of like going back to the pirate movie you talked about Bermuda Island, we talked about Arena Wars. That's all from, we'll give a shout out to Mahal Empire.
Yes.
So like what exactly got you started with them? Like what was the first movie you worked with them?
They reached out to me originally to do a Western. And I'm trying to think of Night of the Tommyknockers. Michael Sue was the director.
Yeah.
And
Friends in that,
yeah. Michael Sue had we had been friends on Facebook for years, and had been wanting to work together. And he finally had an opportunity to throw something my way. So he had told the Mahals, you know, I'd really like to get John as the lead in this. And so they reached out to me and said, you know, would you be available for this? And they sent me the script and everything. And I was like, this sounds amazing. But I was already booked to do a Christmas movie that was shooting at the exact same time. And it was, you know, we were only like 30 days out. And I'm like, I can't. You know, I literally can't. And you know how this industry, people don't like being told no. Yeah. And so I'm like, as soon as I sent that email, you know, I appreciate it so much, but just unfortunately I'm already booked. I'm like, these guys are never going to fucking do like that bridge is gone. Yeah. And yeah, I know he's too good for us. He's going to do this Christmas movie. And then they started promoting the pre-production for Arena Wars, and I'm like, that looks amazing. Like they were showing all the costumes and the location designs. I'm like, that's so my jam. They're never going to call me. And I remember I was on set shooting late at night locally, and I was on my drive home. It was like an hour drive home. And I had the little bing from my pocket, the little Facebook Messenger. And I pull it up, and it was Michael Mahal, and it was, I could just read the first line. It was just, we'd love to have you for the lead in Arena Wars. Oh, man. And I like audibly screamed in my car. Yeah, like it was just awesome, like, man. I just roared like a lion, like an idiot, because I was just so jazzed up. That's awesome. So yeah, I did Arena Wars with them. And
was that the first one you did?
That was the first one I did with them.
Were they not Bermuda Triangle or whatever it was called?
No, Arena Wars was the first one we shot. Bermuda was the first one released. Arena Wars had a lot of post. Yeah. So, but I've done 4 movies with them now. They're good guys, and they treat me well, and they run great sets. And anytime they call me up and I'm able to be there for them, I'll be there for them, because they've been awesome to me.
Yeah, I'd like to give them a shout out too, just because like we've talked about it a couple times in other episodes, but they're one of those people that I have on my list. And like they are, in my opinion, the golden standard for indie crowdfunding. Yeah, like, man, they're amazing. It's incredible what they can pull off. I think it's Mahal Empire Group on Facebook.
They're good guys, man. They're great to work with. Like I said, they've been really good to me. They run great sets. Their movies are a lot of fun to work on, and they've been supportive of me, and I'll be supportive of them for forever, man.
And you're being humble too, because I mean, people always call you back. So obviously you're doing something.
You don't know the amount of times that I've said acting in Kentucky and your name's been brought up all the time.
That's cool.
I'll be like, and just random people, they'll be like, oh, so what do you do outside of bartender? Like, I'm an actor. It's like, oh, I know some John Wells. You know him? I'm like, yeah, I do.
I get around.
So you're pretty famous around these parts, as we should say. Yeah.
You're an action star in Kentucky, man. Obviously.
The new Tom Cruise.
Is that a thing?
I know you've done this for a while, but is there any role that you haven't done that you just like have a dream role that you're still
There's so many.
You said the pirate one. That's probably
there's
the one for a while.
Many. Yeah, the pirate thing was a biggie. That was a biggie. Which sounds weird, but it just historically, who doesn't like pirates, man? Yeah. Pirates are cool. Musical is big on my list. Musical is really big on my list. I love musicals. I love musical films, and
especially with your look right now, I can see you for Rock of Ages.
Oh yeah, yeah. I love musical film, and I love musical theater. But I would love to do that, but they're so hard to do on an indie budget. You know? But I'm tentatively attached to 2 right now. Wow. It's just a matter of if they
get the funding.
You know how these things go. Being attached to something on an indie level means nothing until it's
Absolutely
something.
nothing.
Yeah. So we'll see. That's a big one. I've still not done like a sci-fi, like a real sci-fi,
More
like
Star Wars
kind of,
That'd be really
Dune.
cool.
yeah, like a Dune, man. Yeah, I love that genre. So I'm kind of waiting to do one of those. And there's so much stuff, man. There's so much stuff out there I'd love to do.
And the nice thing about acting too is you're never too old. I mean,
Well, the great thing about it is that as you get older and older, you change to a different range. You change to a different character.
yeah.
Like you have more experience and you get like I want to do. I can't wait till I'm old enough to be that grizzly old man that doesn't give a shit. But it's gonna take me like 40 years to get there.
Yeah, I'd love to be a Gandalf.
That would be fun.
you're such a young face, so you'll be like 90.
Okay, yeah, I'll be like
and you
100.
can find-
And they'll still have to put makeup on.
Yeah, he doesn't look old enough.
Well, we need to wrap this up a little bit, but I do want to do a couple of speed round questions. Like one thing, and I feel dumb for not knowing this. Have you done anything besides acting as far as like producing or directing?
Not really. I produced a couple short films. I've helped casting on a few things, which if you are an actor and you ever have the opportunity to work in casting, do it. You will learn so much about the audition process, and it will absolutely make you a better actor.
You'll see how, like, because I've done casting for our stuff, and you'll see how it's crazy. Like 10 or 12 people will do the exact same thing that's not in the script. And that will help you kind of realize how you can make a stronger choice and make a different choice. Yeah. I definitely, I agree with that 100%. Have you ever wanted to like direct or anything?
It's I don't think it's an impossibility in my future, but it's not. I know my strengths and I know my weaknesses. I think I'm better suited where I am. Yeah. And I do some acting coaching too. I do some on-set acting coaching, which I love doing that. It's so much fun working with other actors and help get.
Do you do any like dialects or anything?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I love playing with accents, brother. I love playing with accents. Yeah.
I'm terrible at it. That's why. All right. Well, that's awesome. You have any other questions, Ruben?
That's it,
well,
man.
just go ahead and plug your stuff, man. Where can we find you? Where can we follow you?
I'm on the social medias. I'm on Instagram, official John Wells. I'm on Facebook. Just search me on Facebook. You'll find me. I'm not hard to find.
And we're not gonna ask him like what all you can see him in because you're gonna have to go look his IMDb.
Yeah.
I think 80 credits, 100 credits. I don't even know. But there's a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I'm out there.
What is your IMDb? Is it just John Wells?
Yeah.
John Wells. Yeah. Awesome. Well, thank you for coming on, John.
Man,
it's been great talking
John.
to you,
Appreciate you, brother. Awesome. I think I've actually only met you once in person, so.
I don't think we've ever had like a sit down conversation.
We were on
set.
They see you. Well, they see you. That's the only time I've ever met in person. So, well, thanks, man. We appreciate you, buddy.
My pleasure. Genuinely.
All right. Well, that's it for this episode.